Now, we all know that Nickmercs has got a solid approach to detecting if somebody is cheating in online video games. His method includes seeing how they perform in the comfort of their own home, at their own setup, and how they perform at LAN events. And this is something that Nickmercs has touched on in a live stream. Let's take a look at that now. This is the clip we've got now of Nickmercs. As you can see, it was from around the Christmas era where he had all his, Christmas overlays on and stuff. But he does touch on the fact of LAN events. And, obviously Nickmercs has been in the competitive scene across multiple different games since he was a kid, since I think he was about 15, and he's in his 30s now as well. So let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Here's the thing. When you got, listen, I'm telling you, bro, Chad, if there's anything that you should take my word on, it's competitive gaming. Because I've been in this shit since I was 15 years old. I'm 32, turning 33. Bro, I'm like a fucking T-Rex here, man, all right? Listen, if you ever think a motherfucker's cheating, that's fine, because there probably are people cheating online. If they go to a LAN and they perform at any capacity, it really, boom. It's usually done at that point. Because if they're doing it on LAN, it's the hardest place to do it. You don't have your setup, you're out of your comfort. There's hella people, hella lights, it's cold, it's hot, it's just different, man. And it's gamers. It's not like we're talking about basketball players or some shit. We're talking about gamers. They don't ever go outside. So like, it's a lot of pressure.
So I do agree to an extent with what Nickmercs has to say. His methodology is very limited though. There are so many different things to take into consideration. It's almost like saying that a good player can't use cheats. So if somebody's able to drop 30s and 40s in Warzone at home, and then they go to a LAN event and they win that with 15 kills, is that the same? No, it's half the amount they can do when they're at home. So I do agree to an extent, and I feel that like the likes of Nadia, they got exposed at LAN events, and that is where Nickmercs' method comes into play. But for me personally, I do feel there is so much more to take into consideration. Like for example, Zenon, he performed terribly at the Winter Wonderland. He got carried by Destroy, who got them to 3rd place. But Zelon's performance was atrocious. And at the time, he was dropping 30s and 40s every single day at home, in the comfort of his own home, on his own setup, with his own foot pedals and his own aimbot. But at LAN event, he still finished 3rd, and it still looked great on the on the surface. But essentially, he got carried by his teammate. And then the next one, like we mentioned earlier, guys, he performed terribly when he was playing at his brother's setup, and he was actually playing with the Optic team in a Rebirth Island tournament, and he performed terribly, like worse than he did at the Winter Wonderland. But now it's like he's put the time and effort in to try and get better without cheats, so that when he goes to the next LAN event, he could perform at a better level. So yes, I do agree to an extent with Nickmercs, and I do think he does understand how the competitive scene works. I just wish he would be more willing to call out individuals who are in fact exposed using the method he uses, like Nadia. So like I've said, guys, I do agree to an extent with Nickmercs' method in detecting cheaters at LAN events, or seeing whether or not somebody's able to perform at LAN events as well as at home. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe there's more to it to detecting cheaters, or do you think that that is as simple as it gets? Looking forward to reading through those comments. And if you did enjoy today's video, guys, smash that thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future videos. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace! I'm trying to get involved in these content creator influencer boxing shows. Here's some of my training now.